most this season in steals, already 10 in 2 games, Melissa.
Yeah, she's a lefty point guard, very crafty finisher, likes to get to the rim. She's a very aggressive perimeter defender as well, averaging about 5 steals a game. So look for her to get out and try to pressure the Seminole guards.
About to get it underway here in Tallahassee. The Noles control the opening tip, and away we go. And wasting no time with the right hand, laying it up and in, is Tanaya Latson.
Tanaya Latson, who scored 34 points in the Florida State's win over Kent State on Thursday, gets the Noles started off here at the Tucker Center.
Back the other way, and a basket in response for Talivert to knot it up at 2.
Look for Georgia State to try to use the dribble penetration and use their athleticism to get to the rim.
Sarah Bajetti calls her own number, off the mark on the 3-ball attempt. Ball goes to the Panthers. It'll be Dyer to send it in.
Both of these teams like to create offense from their defense. Expect some ball pressure and some aggressive defense on both ends of the floor.
Lions up top, working on Bajetti.
Seminoles force the first turnover there. It's KK Timpson that'll come up with the loose ball steal.
Latson working back the other way. Noles swing it. Now back to Bajetti on the wing. Timpson sets the screen. Bajetti out to Erin Howard, and that splashes through for the 3.
Nice work on the strong side there. A little dribble penetration off the ball screen from Sarah Bajetti. Kicks it over. And a big 3. First of the night for the Noles.
Lions with the kick to Talivert on the spin move, looking for the high kiss off the glass. Doesn't get it to go. Erin Howard corrals the rebound, and now the Noles have numbers. 5 on 4. And Latson lost it out of play. There's an injured Panther back underneath the hoop.
Didn't see what happened on that play, Sean. I just saw that the injured Panther was down on the ground, writhing in pain. It looks like that is Christina Bryan, number 33, transfer from Arizona.
And while the Georgia State staff tends to Bryan, we'll go ahead and take a quick commercial break here on the ACC Network Extra. Back here in Tallahassee, Christina Bryan still being tended to with the Noles leading 5-2. We saw a whole lot of folks crashing in there trying to corral the board, and she did not get up from the floor. A couple of folks hit the deck, and she is not applying any weight whatsoever to her right leg.
These are both teams, Sean, as we look down the rosters, I would call them both a little shorthanded. The Noles, it appears, do have all 10 of their active players available today. Georgia State, I was counting before the game, looked like just 9 healthy players, as they've got a couple of folks over there in street clothes, and neither team can really afford an injury or foul trouble today.
Tolliver had it rejected by KK Timpson. It remains with the Panthers. Deasia Merrill checking in, with Christina Bryan checking out due to the injury. Baseline mid-range jumper is good for Janae Dublin.
A nice-looking baseline jumper there from Dublin off the inbounds play.
Bajetti drives the paint, kicks it back out to O'Brien. And a foul on the way in against the Panthers. That'll go against Dublin.
Taylor O'Brien for the Noles, putting the ball on the floor. If that pass had been just a little more accurate, I think O'Brien could have knocked down a shot. Nice look there from Janae Dublin, the junior from Suitland, Maryland, 6'2" guard forward. She was a transfer from Iona.
Nice job there by KK Timpson corralling the offensive rebound. putting it back up, but down with it comes Zay Dyer.
Timpson in there battling hard, had to battle through a little bit of contact there, which was too strong. Snoop Turnage there with a big rebound. She just checked in. Played valuable minutes for Florida State in that win over Kent State.
Coast to coast for Sarah Bigetti with the right hand, and Florida State leads it 7-4. Dyer, spin move, nice shot.
Zay Dyer with a really nifty move there. Not much the Seminole defense could do to stop that.
Howard gives it up to Latson. Latson working on Lyons. Pull-up jumper. Too strong by the freshman. Once again, KK Timpson there to corral the offensive rebound, and will earn a trip to the free throw line.
Take a look here. Sarah Bigetti splitting the Panther defenders, getting all the way to the rim for the layup in the last Seminole possession. KK Timpson in there battling on the glass. Got a couple of big offensive rebounds already for Florida State. Hasn't been able to finish, but got herself to the free throw line this time.
First free throw is up and good for Timpson.
Timpson only played less than 15 minutes in the game on Thursday. Picked up 2 quick fouls and barely played but 2 minutes in the first half. Seminoles' last outing. A little bit of full court pressure here now by the Noles.
Massengill checking in for Florida State. The Panthers beat the pressure. There's a wing three, and that goes through for Janae Dublin.
It's a nice look from Dublin in transition. Panthers advancing the ball up quickly to find her.
Tie game at 9. Snoop Turnage corrals it. Latson double team works inside, had it blocked, got it back, had it blocked again. It'll remain with Florida State. Seconds left on the shot clock for the Seminoles. Snoop Turnage lets it fly, and it's through.
Big shot from Snoop Turnage again. She played the majority of the fourth quarter for Florida State. Played some big minutes for a freshman.
I'll tell you what, that was a terrific pass there by Talibert. Found Deasia Merrill for the lay-in. Valenzuela, strong on her 3-ball attempt. Valencia Myers there for the offensive rebound. Out to Latson, lines it up, and banks it off the glass.
It's an athletic play from the freshman. Sean, I'd have to say she's right now one of the best freshmen in the country that we've seen. Latson, a very special player out of American Heritage High School and down in Miami.
Offensive foul against Georgia State. They'll call it against Deasia Merrill.
Kick out there from Valencia Myers. Tanaya Latson sets her feet, ready to go. Knocks down a nice 3 for the Noles to open up the lead.
You mentioned the 34 points that she scored at Kent State. 23 field goals made already this season coming into this matchup. Couldn't get that one to go. But those 23 coming into this matchup, the 62 total points coming into this matchup, led every player in the NCAA through the first couple of games in this young women's basketball season.
It's another nice drive, that time from Dyer, but couldn't finish over Valencia Myers. It's good to see Jazz Massengill back out there for Florida State. She was injured in the Noles home opener.
Offensive rebound, and that was easy pickings for Tanaya Latson.
Tanaya Latson not afraid to go crash the offensive glass. Comes up with an easy lay-in. 7 points already for Latson, picking up right where she left off in the first 2 games for the Noles.
Dublin dribbled it off her foot, got it back, but then it rolls out of play. Ball goes to Florida State on the sideline. We'll take a timeout with the Noles leading by 6, 17-11 mid first quarter here at the Tuck. 17-11 the score here in the first quarter for Florida State. In their first year under the new head coach, Brooke Wyckoff. Had the interim tag at one point, but now the program is all her own. And with more on Florida State's new head coach, here's the third member of our crew, Alex Rivero.
Thanks, Sean. Since 1970, the Florida State women's basketball team has been a force to be reckoned with. And this year, with Coach Wyckoff in her first official year as head coach for the Seminoles, they learned how to play not only for themselves, but for each other. I took the time to talk to Coach Wyckoff, and she told me that her main goal this season is for her team to play better and as a unit on the court to dominate and embrace the challenges they'll be facing this season. Sean?
Thank you very much, Alex. Omaria Gordon checking in and charging the basket. Her first action here in the regular season.
First action this season has been recovering some off-season injuries, and great to see Omaria Gordon back in the Seminole lineup as well. Seen now 10 players. That's the entire roster for Florida State this season.
Sarah Bajetti called for the travel. Ball goes to Georgia State. And when you've got a roster like that, the health is really magnified. You were making the point earlier. Having Omaria Gordon back certainly is a huge boost for Florida State.
Well, not just for the extra body, but for the talent that she has as well. She was a member of the all-freshman team in the ACC last season. And when you think about a backcourt with Omaria Gordon and Tanaya Latson, that's a pretty prolific scoring group.
Valenzuela and Omaria Gordon tried to connect on the pick and roll. It goes wanting, and here comes Georgia State. 4-point lead for the Seminoles. Bird looking for some space, now gives it up to Dyer. Dyer down low. And the mid-range jumper short for Phillip.
Nice work on the offensive glass by Zay Dyer there. She kind of uses a little swim move to get past Mariana Valenzuela and get an extra possession for the Panthers.
Speaking of Dyer, now working on Timpson high off the glass and too strong. Bajetti back the other way, pushing tempo. Kicks it out wide. Knowles now swing it to O'Brien from the wing. Off the mark to the left. Both teams turning up the tempo. Erin Howard comes away with the steal. O'Brien up ahead, lays it up, and gets the roll.
Taylor O'Brien showing why she was a track star at Bucknell as well. She was a high jumper there, but showing that she's got some speed and some jets as well.
Tolliver pulls the trigger straight away. And speaking of O'Brien, here she comes back the other way. Nice move, but too strong. There's Tahia Lyons, her second field goal. Off the pull-up, cuts the lead back to 4. 19-15, Florida State. Omaria Gordon with it now.
Lyons is the leading scorer on this Georgia State team in their first 2 games, 14 points a game. But Erin Howard wants another big 3 for Florida State.
22-15, Florida State. That is their 4th 3 of the first quarter. Still 1:40 left in it. Lyons working on Gordon. Good pressure by O'Brien.
O'Brien nearly came up with the steal there in Seminoles. We talked to Coach Brooke Wyckoff about the nope mentality. That's Tolliver there with a big 3 for the Panthers on the ball reversal.
I think she said nope to the nope mentality.
I guess she did.
Erin Howard with the heat check 3. Strong on it, and back comes Lyons the other way. Nice pass down low, and there's the finish for Dyer.
Georgia State hanging around here with Florida State.
Bajcetti up top, pulls the trigger herself. Wrestle for the rebound. Dyer brings it down.
Dyer's having a strong game so far. She's got 4 points, 5 rebounds already here in this first quarter. Georgia State with a chance to take the lead. They could knock down a bucket here.
About a 9-second differential between shot and game clock. Tolliver with a double team. Now Bajcetti gets the hand in there. Florida State just relentless on that defensive end. 2 up ahead. O'Brien, no problem at all. Noles in transition, extend the lead to 4. Left all alone, Bird for 3. And that's how the first quarter will come to an end with the Noles leading 24-20. Fast and frantic and a whole lot of points. We'll be back for quarter number 2 after this.
So?
The new iPhone.
Assistant as well as at Georgia Tech as an assistant. Very familiar with the style and brand of play in the ACC as Gene Hill's done an outstanding job there building this Georgia State program. And I look for big things from him this season in the Sun Belt.
Yeah, and his first season with the Panthers led them to their winningest season in program history. And his Panthers start off quarter number 2 with possession. That jumper short. Here comes Florida State. Latson kicks it out to the fellow freshman, Snoop Turnage. Here is Massengill, the transfer from Kentucky, giving it up to Latson. And here's Erin Howard once again. Nice pass once again down low. There for the lay-in was Phillip. And Georgia State's interior passing has actually been quite good.
They have done a very nice job breaking down the interior of that Seminole defense. Seminoles with a quick shot there. Snoop Turnage couldn't get that one to fall. Noles 4 of 13 from beyond the three-point line. Just 9 of 27 for 33% from the floor.
Massengill applied the pressure to Jean. Basket attempt no good for the Panthers. Latson stripped with it, or from it, on the way up and will draw the foul.
Take another look here at Georgia State. Lions getting into the paint there, and then help side on the weak side there, not available for Florida State. That was Alyssa Phillip with the lay-in off the nice pass from Lions.
Massengill sends it in. Timpson triple team down low, and here come the Panthers in transition. Once again, another nice pass by Georgia State, and this time the 3-ball no good by Jean. Turnage up top. Got past Jean and tied up on the way in.
Nice piece of leadership there from Jazz Massengill saying, hey, shoot that. Snoop, that's what you do best. We're going to make that extra pass, and we need you to be ready to shoot that out on the perimeter.
Snoop Turnage, a player in high school who shot 47% from the floor in her career.
Turnover there by Florida State. Georgia State's aggressive defense has caused the Noles some problems here in the half court.
Janae Dublin was rejected by Valencia Myers.
Nice defensive play by Valencia Myers inside. Staying straight up. Coming up with a big block on the dribble penetration.
And that ball was deflected on the way in.
Florida's got numbers if she wants them.
Florida State got a hand on the inbounds. Massengill tries to save it, and it goes back the other way to Georgia State. Lions all on her own, lays it in, and we are tied.
Georgia State will make you pay if you turn it over. Taking advantage of Florida State's 4 turnovers with 4 points off those turnovers.
Here's Mariana Valenzuela. Florida State outscored Kent State by 28 points when she was on the floor for the Seminoles in their road contest. Bigetti will try another three. And the ball will go to the Panthers.
It was good inside-out action. The Noles had gotten the ball into the post to Valencia Myers. Defense had collapsed down. She kicks it back out to Bigetti, but Bigetti just can't knock that one down for the Noles. Noles just shooting 32% from the floor. Panthers on the other side shooting 47% from the floor.
Tolliver looking for space, found it, and sunk it. Georgia State with their first lead of the game. O'Brien left all alone, penetrates, and on the offensive rebound, here's Valenzuela with the right hand, laying it in to tie it back up at 26. Through contact, that'll earn 2 free throws for Tolliver.
Just a nice mid-range pull-up jumper from Michaela Tolliver. And then on the other end, Mariana Valenzuela with a nice layup after the offensive rebound and the shot fake.
First free throws of the season for Michaela Tolliver, the sophomore guard out of Melbourne, Florida.
Tolliver having a nice game so far. 8 points now to lead all scorers. 3 of 6 from the floor to lead the Panthers.
Played in 22 games a season ago, shot 41%. And makes a couple of free throws there to put Georgia State back out front. Here comes the pressure by the Panthers. Massengill double-teamed, long on the jumper. There for the stick back, though, is Valencia Myers.
Coach Brooke Wyckoff going with her seniors here. She's got Myers and Massengill and O'Brien with the experience out there on the floor. Bigetti also a third-year player in this program.
Speaking of, here she comes. Another 3-ball attempt for Bigetti, lining another one up. And once again, just a fraction off. This one bouncing off the top of the rim and out of play. It remains with Florida State. Massengill will send it in. It goes to Bigetti. Valenzuela with 10 left. And back the other way comes Michaela Tolliver. Bird straight away. Nearly got the kiss off the top of the glass. And off the offensive rebound, the attempt for the putback is too strong. Bigetti, nice pass down low. And Valenzuela puts the Noles back out front.
Nice job running the show by Sarah Bigetti on the break. Realized she couldn't get to the rim. Kind of did a little back pedal on the dribble and caught Valenzuela running the lane line. Back-to-back buckets for Valenzuela for 4 points.
2-point lead for the Seminoles. O'Brien got a hand in there and knocked it off of Tolliver and out of play. Florida State leads by 2 here.
Player that actually is back and hopefully will be available later this season for this Georgia State Panther team led by Jean Hill. These newcomers for the Panthers are certainly holding their own here and matching Florida State shot for shot.
A Panthers program that, again, went to the title game in the Sun Belt a season ago, replacing a lot of those pieces. And there's a turnover by Florida State, called for a travel on the far sideline. The 5th turnover for the Seminoles here to this point in this game. And Georgia State has a chance to tie or take the lead here with 4.5 left in the half.
Oh, nice back cut there by the Panthers. That's Michaela Tolliver again. First player in double figures today. She's got 11 points to lead all scorers.
Latson on the wing.
Latson had Valencia Myers down low if she wanted her.
O'Brien gets past Deasia Merrill and lays it in.
Nice dribble penetration. You think of O'Brien as the three-point shooter, but she's shown the ability to get by people and finish at the rim as well so far. Just 3 games into her Seminole career.
Lions working on Massengill. Bird tried to dish it to Deasia Merrill. Florida State comes away with the steal. Latson double teamed, nearly lost the handle, puts it up with the right hand, count it, and one.
Tania Latson is so explosive with the ball in her hands. And with the way that the Seminoles have shot the three, you have to respect that she may want to kick the ball out to Massengill. She just uses her athleticism to knife to the rim and finish through the contact of Zay Dyer.
Latson 11 of 13 from the free throw line. Make it 12 of 14. 5-point lead now for Florida State with 3.5 left in the first half. Michaela Tollivert has had a terrific second quarter for the Panthers. She's working on Latson. Nice pass once again, and Deasia Merrill lays it in.
Second time we've seen that from Tollivert, I believe, that gets some dribble penetration, forces the help side from Florida State to come over. And that weak side, a little late dropping down to help. She's been able to find a teammate on the weak side.
Valencia Myers down low. Tried to dump it off, I believe, to Erin Howard, but Deasia Merrill is there for the steal.
Taylor O'Brien doing a nice job staying in front there.
It's a couple of turnovers forced by O'Brien. Now here's Erin Howard with the right hand, too strong on the lay-in attempt.
Erin Howard did a nice job getting to the rim, but then nobody there on the offensive glass. Florida State has done a great job so far on the glass, but that possession, everybody just a little bit late to get there. Panthers come up with the rebound.
Florida State has deflected a lot of basketballs as well. This will remain with the Panthers, but only 10 left on the shot clock.
Talk about the offensive rebounding on Florida State. They have 10 offensive rebounds so far in this game and have 14 of their 35 points off those offensive rebounds.
Tahia Lions called for the extra step.
Nice defense there on the ball by Jazz Massengill. She had some help from KK Timpson as well that forced that travel by Lions. Georgia State going to drop back into what appears to be a little bit of a zone.
And that's a terrific way to beat the zone. Make those perimeter shots.
Not sure if Georgia State went back to the Bucknell highlight films for the first 4 years of Taylor O'Brien's career, but I can tell you she can knock down that three as well as get to the rim as she's shown today.
Lead at 6 for Florida State.
Just Maya Bird keeping the ball alive for the Panthers.
Lions mid-range. And the lead is cut to 4.
Smooth jumper from Tahia Lions, the redshirt senior.
Massengill lost it off her foot.
Lions, their time with the quick hands on the defensive end, swat that ball away from Massengill.
And now working on the offensive end with the right hand. Excuse me, the left hand. That goes through to trim the lead to 2.
A lefty finish there from the left-handed guard, Lyons.
And another turnover. Lions coming back the other way with it. Florida State had the lead by 6. And they will hang on for the moment to have the lead by 2. They want to extend it, though. Here's O'Brien.
Brooke Wyckoff calling her team, telling them she wants just one shot. Redshirt senior Massengill wisely brings the ball back out and directing her teammates. Seen a lot of good leadership from her, the transfer from Kentucky.
Latson for 3. Doesn't go, and Florida State leaves 1/10 of a second left.
I'm going to say that didn't hit the rim. I thought that Latson's shot at least grazed the rim. Florida State had possession of it. Not sure if they're going to take a look here at the monitor or they're just going to give the ball to Georgia State.
Conversation by today's officiating crew of Angelica Suffern, Carla Fountain, and Ashley Gloss.
They're going to give the ball back to Florida State. I do think that that ball tipped off the rim on Latson's shot, and then KK Timpson had it. Shot clock was about a 2 to 3 second differential. Now Florida State going to have a possession and just the opportunity to tip the ball in with just 1/10 of a second left. You don't have enough time to actually catch and shoot here.
And that is how the half will come to a close. Florida State leads it by 2, 38-36.
Oh, well played game by both teams in the first half. Been some hot shooting from Tanaya Latson. The Noles lead by just 2.
This might be the most emotionally charged.
This second half, if they want to come away with win number 3. Florida State 15 of 41 from the floor overall for about 37%. Just 5 of 18 for 27% from the three-point line. Both teams perfect from the free throw line so far here this afternoon.
Georgia State will start off quarter number 3 with the basketball. Here's Tahia Lyons with it. And there's an early turnover. Dyer couldn't hang on to it on the sideline. Ball goes to the Seminoles. Sarah Bajetti sending it in to Tanaya Latson.
See if the Noles can capitalize off the turnover.
O'Brien got past Lyons and lays it in.
Good look again from the senior Taylor O'Brien. Led Bucknell in scoring and rebounding last season. Was a first-team All-Patriot League member. We'll have just 1 year here with Brooke Wyckoff and the Florida State Seminoles.
11 points on 5 of 8 shooting. Of the 10 turnovers in the first half, 7 were via steals. And there's Florida State's first steal here of the second half. Erin Howard made a couple of threes early. And the early attempt here in quarter number 3 is way off the mark.
Take another look there at the opening bucket from Taylor O'Brien. Gets into the paint, shoots it high off the glass. O'Brien now with 11 points to lead the Seminoles. Matches the 11 for Michaela Tolliver, from the Georgia State Panthers.
A couple of players for both sides in double figures in scoring. Here comes Bajetti back the other way, averaging double figures through the first couple of games this season. Has had a tough night so far here.
Bajetti just 1 of 7 now from the floor, 2 points, but does have 3 assists, so doing a nice job sharing the basketball, creating scoring opportunities for her teammates. Oh, Taylor O'Brien with the steals, just steps in the passing lane. An easy lay-in.
And the lead is back up to 6. Florida State had it up to 6 in the final minutes of the first half, only to see Georgia State come back and trim it back down to 2. Deasia Merrill with the basketball at the top of the key here. Gives it up now to Janae Dublin, who's made a couple of big shots already for the Panthers.
It's 3 quick turnovers for the Panthers as well. Now Florida State going to get whistled for the foul. That's going to be called on KK Latson, or excuse me, KK Timpson, excuse me.
Florida State certainly hoping to get back to the defense that they are so proud of. They've got a moniker for it this season, and with more on that, here's Alex Rivero.
Thanks, Sean. After talking to Coach Wyckoff at halftime, she was telling me that her main goal for this half is to really put all the defensive stops. And the only way they're really going to put out all these defensive stops that she was talking about is having a nope mentality. Her nope mentality is focused on being able to defend all 5 positions and to literally have a mentality that you're not scoring on me. Sean?
Alex, thank you very much. And to start quarter number 3, Florida State's defense has, in fact, said nope and fuel. An 8-point lead for the Seminoles here at the Donald L. Tucker Civic Center as the Seminole sound plays. Some spirit and energy here in this third quarter with the Noles stretching the lead out. A good crowd on hand here this Sunday afternoon.
Really nice crowd on hand, and no doubt about it, anytime the Seminole sound is in attendance, you can bet that they're going to bring the energy to the Donald Tucker Civic Center, one of the best pep bands in all of America, led by Dr. David Plack.
A great group, and they'll bring out all kinds of different tunes during the season, and it's always great to listen in. They're knowledgeable, too. They know basketball. Florida State turning up the pressure here on the Panthers.
See if the Seminoles can continue that nope mentality.
Nice pass to Dublin by Tolliver.
It's again, the interior passing of these Panthers has caused some problems for Florida State.
You cannot leave Tania Latson that wide open on the wing, and she does make the Panthers pay.
Tania Latson causing problems for the Georgia State Panthers. As Latson now 15 points on 6 of 13 shooting.
Lead up to 9. Latson up to 15 with more on her. Here's Alex Rivero.
Thanks, Sean. I'm talking to Coach Wyckoff. She was telling me that Tania Latson is capable of everything and even more. Wyckoff also says that she has this swagger on the court that makes everyone love playing with her, love coaching her, and love watching her. Sean?
Well, we certainly have loved watching her so far to start her Florida State career. One of the most prolific scorers to this point, early, of course, this season in the country. She's got the ball now after the empty Panthers possession. Nice dish out to Massengill, and Massengill rains down the 3.
Well, and not only can Tania Latson score, she shows she can share the basketball as well, as she created that scoring opportunity for the Noles as she got into the paint and then kicked out to Latson for the open 3. The Noles have extended their lead to 10-2 run to start this quarter. That last 3, Jazz Massengill had all kinds of time to knock down the shot right in front of the Seminole bench. Nice to see Massengill back in to the Seminole lineup after missing the last game with an ankle injury.
Taylor O'Brien called for the foul on the reach. It remains with Georgia State. They get a fresh 20 on the clock. Here's Dublin working on Massengill, pulled up and is short. Skip pass. Omaria Gordon for 3. Now here's Erin Howard off the offensive glass and 1.
Nice hustle play on the weak side from Erin Howard. Comes and hunts down the loose ball offensive rebound. Let's take a look. Gordon just a little strong, but Erin Howard comes out of the screen, comes into the paint, grabs the board for the stick back. Great play from the senior Erin Howard, from Madison, Wisconsin.
An 8-0 run over the last minute and a half for Florida State. Have made 5 of their last 6 field goals.
Not sure what Head coach Brooke Wyckoff told the team at halftime, whatever it was, it seems to have resonated well as the Noles have come out, playing much more aggressively on the defensive end.
And there's that double team causing chaos and a turnover. Basketball to Florida State, frustration foul against the Panthers, and the Seminoles are back in business. Lions got a hand in there on Taylor O'Brien. Once again, another offensive rebound by Florida State. Make it 2. Erin Howard looking for positioning, but this time Bird comes away with it, only to have it stolen from behind by Howard. O'Brien with the left hand.
Good court awareness there by Jazz Massengill. That tipped ball away by Erin Howard lands right in her hands, and then she's got her eyes up immediately to see where she can go with the ball, and she finds her teammate Taylor O'Brien open on the left wing. Take a look at that steal. It was Howard that tipped it away right to Massengill, and Massengill quickly assesses the situation, realizes she's got a wide open O'Brien on the left wing and delivers the pass. Massengill showing why she led the SEC in assists last season.
One of the best in the country in the assist-turnover ratio, Massengill. A huge pickup in the transfer portal by Brooke Wyckoff and her staff. Another nice interior pass by the Panthers, and Deasia Merrill lays it in.
Maria Gordon with the ball in her hands, trying to create a little play.
Subs for both sides heading onto the floor. And a timeout taken as well. 15-point lead for the Seminoles here at the Tucker Center. Right before the commercial break, we were talking about Jasmine Massengill, one of the impact transfers this past season for any program, and she's certainly a quality pickup for Florida State. Transferred in from Kentucky, where the Wildcats won the SEC championship a season ago, led the conference in assist-turnover ratio with 2.76 assists to every turnover. That was also good for 8th best in the NCAA, was a consistent starter for the Wildcats, and really ran the show well there in the SEC.
Yeah, I mentioned she led the team in assists as well as assist-turnover ratio, but she had almost 5 assists a game. And really, I think the thing that Coach Brooke Wyckoff mentioned the other day was just the leadership ability that she's seen from Massengill as well. You can't get that from anyone who hasn't been battle-tested, and a player like Jazz Massengill, who's been through the rigorous schedule of the SEC, really is what you need from your leader, and she's meant a lot already to this Florida State team.
Couple of opportunities go wanting on that possession for the Seminoles. And Valencia Myers got a hand in there to deflect the shot attempt, but then also, it appears, caught a piece of Tahia Lyons.
Myers did everything right to challenge that shot, and then just at the last minute wanted to make sure that she blocked the shot. She got a little piece of the arm of Maya Bird.
Maya Bird, a JUCO transfer into the Panthers program from Columbia State. That's a junior college in Tennessee. Was an all-conference player there. Averaged nearly 15 points per game and 6 rebounds per game.
Both of these teams have done a nice job of using the transfer portal to their advantage, getting some experience and some depth to their squads.
Maria Gordon with the right hand lays it in. Athletic move by the player known as OMG.
OMG picking up right where she finished the season last year, making some highlight reel type of plays. She's not quite 100% yet, but good to see her back out in the lineup for Florida State. Big steal there from the Seminoles. It was Myers first, and then Majetti coming up with it. Take another look at OMG. Getting into the paint with her left hand and then switching over and finishing with her right through some contact. It's OMG for her first 2 points of the game.
The Lions coughed up the basketball and then committed a foul.
I believe she had dove on the ball, tried to get it away from Bajetti, who had already possessed the basketball. It gave Lions the personal foul, just her first.
And so Florida State comes back the other way with it. It's been a terrific third quarter for the Seminoles, and a reach-in called here against Jean.
There's Nia Jean, the sophomore from Tampa, with too much contact on the ball handler. She was doing everything she could to try to keep Tanaya Latson in front. That's a task.
Latson gets by her there with the right hand trying to lay it in. Valencia Myers knocked to the deck underneath the basket.
Myers goes down hard, but the ball will stay with Florida State. Myers going to catch a break. KK Timpson back into the lineup for the Noles. Nice look out of the inbounds play. KK Timpson, the recipient of the nice pass from Jazz Massengill.
21 points in the quarter for Florida State. Still 3.5 minutes roughly left in it. Sarah Bajetti called for the foul.
That last assist by Massengill gives her 5 on the afternoon. We talked about her ability to pass the basketball. Not showing any ill effects from the ankle injury that she suffered against Bethune-Cookman the last time the Noles were on this court.
Dyer looking for Oliver. Latson says absolutely not.
That's the nope mentality that Florida State's looking for. Big play from the freshman on the defensive end.
That was a nope with an exclamation point. Bird's got it. Now it's Tolliver. Pull up three, no good, short. Massengill back the other way. Foul on the way in against the Panthers. We'll take a look at Tanaya Latson. So we've established that she can shoot and dish it out to her teammates. She can also do that.
It's a fantastic play from a freshman. Tanaya Latson not playing at all like a first-year player for the Noles. 15 points, 4 rebounds, a big block. Assist as well for the Noles. Just her 3rd game in a Florida State jersey. Bit of confusion there. Jazz Massengill trying to figure out exactly what's going on. But knocks down the 2nd of 2 free throws.
Lead up to 19 for Florida State. It was 2 at the half. Tolliver will earn a trip to the free throw line.
It's going to be a foul there on the Seminoles. Tolliver got down the sideline on the press break. It's a 2-on-1 break. Decided to take it herself, take it right at Mariana Valenzuela. Valenzuela with just a little bit too much arm on the block. Florida State outscoring the Panthers 22-5 in this quarter. Again, whatever was said at the half seemed to have resonated well with this Florida State team.
Tolliver has had a strong day to this point on her own individual acclaim. Well into double figures, and Latson certainly has as well. That time short on the lay-in. It'll go to Georgia State.
Latson, though, the one-woman press break there, took it the length of the floor, but then just couldn't quite finish.
Got a hand in there, nearly came away with the steal, and then as the pressure ratcheted up, the Panthers just throw it away on the sideline. Their 18th turnover in the game.
And when you look down at the stat sheet, 23 points off of those turnovers for Florida State. Latson nearly turned it over.
Massengill in the right place at the right time for it. Now along the baseline, KK Timpson couldn't get the shot to go.
Timpson took it right at the Panthers defense, but then just couldn't quite finish.
Tolliver had it blocked, but will earn a trip to the free throw line.
Foul's going to go on Taylor O'Brien. Tolliver putting her head down, trying to get to the rim. Say O'Brien got a piece of the arm as well as the ball.
Tolliver has been the player that has kept Georgia State in the scorers column here over the last several minutes. No field goals in the last 3 1/4 for Georgia State. It's really just been Tolliver making trips to the free throw line that has aided the Panthers in that department. She's done that job well as well here tonight.
She has been perfect from the free throw line. Now 6 of 6 is Tolliver. 15 points on the afternoon for the sophomore from Melbourne.
A reach as Latson penetrated into the paint. That should go against Bird, I believe.
It is just her second personal, but it is over the bonus, so that will send Tania Latson to the free throw line. She's 11 of 13 on the season, 84% so far for the freshman from Miami, Florida.
And now 2 of 2 today. Had the and one in the first half. Makes the front end there. And is perfect still, 3 for 3.
That allows Florida State to get into this full court pressure.
O'Brien nearly got a hand on it. Tolliver now with a nice pass. And there's the first field goal in the last 3.5 minutes. Phillip lays it in for the Panthers, and Latson is fouled trying to split the double team.
That will send Latson back to the free throw line. We've already established that the Noles will be in the bonus. Tolliver with a nice 2-on-1 break. Phillip almost lost the handle on that, but nice job finishing on the opposite side of the rim. The end of the break. Latson now 17 points on the afternoon to lead all scorers. She is the leading scorer for the Seminoles over their first 2 games, averaging 31 points a game is the freshman.
Still perfect from the free throw line in this one. And off to, as you mentioned, a tremendous start this season. Here comes the double team once again by Florida State. Maya Bird now back the other way, finds Tolliver. Pull-up jumper, had it deflected by Latson. Massengill back the other way. Bajetti's got a good look, but is short. Latson with the offensive rebound.
Tania Latson with the offensive board. What can't she do, Sean?
She has literally done it all in this game, and we're still in the third quarter. Bajetti on the way in was fouled.
Tania Latson getting a little bit of instruction from the lead official, Angelica Suffren. Not sure if Latson said something. I didn't see any taunting or any other kind of antics, but I think Angelica Suffren didn't like something. Wanted to make sure she was letting the freshmen know what was allowed here in ACC play. Latson going to take a quick break. Sophomore Amaria Gordon going to check back in.
First point of the game, meanwhile, for Sarah Bajetti. Makes a couple of free throws.
Oh, shooting it extremely well from the free throw line. 11 of 12, including 8 of 9 here in this quarter. Sarah Bajetti going to get whistled for that foul. Hands were off, but must have gotten a little bit of body there on Jean. It's going to send Nia Jean to the free throw line.
Nyla Jean, 4 for 4, now 5 for 5 on the season on free throw attempts. A player that recorded 17 steals last season. In the first couple of games of this one has recorded 9. So turning it up defensively in this campaign is the sophomore out of the Tampa, Florida area. Got the roll there. She remains perfect from the free throw line.
And the Panthers going to try to apply some full court pressure here against the Noles.
Maria Gordon lost it off her foot, and now Ataya.
A lot of contact there from both sides. It's become a very physical matchup here in the third quarter.
KK Timpson spins and can't lay it in. Too strong on the attempt. Bird comes back the other way. Georgia State can essentially hold for the final shot here. Only about half a second between shot clock and game clock. Ten to shoot. It's Jean working on Gordon. Now from the corner, 4-3, in and out, an offensive rebound and put back. Tolliver earns a trip to the free throw line with 2.6 left in the third quarter.
Tolliver is out there laying it out on the line. I haven't been impressed with what I've seen from her so far on both ends of the floor. She's got 15 points to lead this Georgia State team, but she's got 3 rebounds. She's got 5 assists. Shooting the ball extremely well from the free throw line. Doing everything she can for her team right now. Tolliver splits the pair there.
10 points for Tolliver in her prior 2 games this season. Well eclipsing that mark here today alone, setting a new career high, in fact, is Michaela Tolliver. 2 seconds for Florida State here at the end of quarter number 3. Lead at 16. Massengill will try once again to send it in. Gordon couldn't get the shot off before the buzzer. And that is how quarter number 3 will come to a close. Florida State scoring 28 in the third quarter. They lead by 16 over the Panthers of Georgia State.
Season poll, it is a battle night in and night out there in the ACC.
Louisville, Virginia Tech, NC State, and Notre Dame all receiving first place votes. In fact, will be fun to see how the conference slate shakes itself out. Just great to have basketball back, though, at the moment, to see what everybody's got early on in the season. Florida State with a 16-point lead here at the Donald L. Tucker Center. Sean Davison alongside Melissa Bruder and Alex Rivero, with Georgia State striking first in quarter number 4. Here comes the pressure by the Panthers. Florida State beats it. Latson has had the hot hand for the day, and really to start the season, what a tremendous start for her. And there's a foul against the Panthers.
It's a good start on the offensive end for Nia Jean as she got by Taylor O'Brien on the other end to get to the rim to finish, but now back on the defensive end, it's Jean that fouls O'Brien to send her to the free throw line.
That is foul number 3 for Nyla Jean. Smooth stroke by O'Brien at the free throw line.
Georgia State trying to use their athleticism to get by the Noles. Trying to continue to get into that paint. The Noles have taken the lead in the points in the paint category. That was one that Georgia State had dominated early on in this game. Turnage there with a nice tipped ball.
And through contact, Deasia Merrill lays it up and in. That got the bench fired up.
Yeah, Stu Turnage with a nice deflection, and then still Dean sticking with the play. Or excuse me, Deasia Merrill sticking with the play, able to come up with the big bucket for Georgia State.
Just 2 of 7 on free throw attempts to this point this season, but Merrill makes it 3 of 8. O'Brien lost the handle out of play. Florida State ended the third quarter on a no field goal in 3.5 minute stretch. And now the first turnover of the entire second half by the Seminoles. There's a lot of contact.
Yeah, Brooke Wyckoff wondering why there wasn't a foul called. Carla Fountain, the official that was watching that play, said she didn't see that. I think Brooke Wyckoff saw it a little differently for Florida State.
Well, how about that move and finish through contact for Nyla Jean. The hot hand now offensively for the Panthers has trimmed the lead again.
There's that play. Tania Latson a little bit in disbelief as well. Didn't think she fouled, but Georgia State has come out on fire here. If they can connect on this free throw, they will start on an 8-2 run here to start the fourth quarter.
Free throw attempt, no good. Jean corrals back the miss. To Hyla Lyons with the left hand, tried to lay it in. Now here's some offensive rebounding work by Georgia State. Deasia Merrill off balance, tries to lay it in, and now she will earn a trip to the free throw line.
Fans here in attendance booed that one. I think Myers may have been a little late getting over it. Looked like she had both of those feet outside the restricted area. Brooke Wyckoff with a timeout here. Noles lead 68-57. We'll be right back with more after this.
Tournament, there's Anya Echegini, Leilani Nesbeth, and Jody Brown taking in the action here at the Donald L. Tucker Center. Penske and those ladies and the rest of their team taking on LSU in the second round of the NCAA tournament.
Not only do they know a little bit about first-year head coaches, they know a little bit about winning as well. That is a group of players that have been fantastic throughout their time here at Florida State and really have established a winning tradition in this women's soccer program here at FSU. And congratulations so far in the season, and I want to wish them all the best of luck as they continue in the NCAA tournament.
And really, too, Melissa, the women's teams across this campus have been tremendous between women's hoops, soccer, softball winning a national championship. The list goes on and on. Tennis making a run, golf doing well. I mean, every conceivable sport, beach volleyball into the national championship match.
It is a culture of excellence here at Florida State, and the women's teams certainly have been successful in recent years for the Noles.
Latson. Nothing doing there. Florida State can't get a field goal to drop. Here's Nyla Jean, who can't miss in the fourth quarter.
This Georgia State team has worked their way right back into this game. It was nearly a 20-point game at one point, and they have caught it down under double digits. It's a 7-point lead for the Noles.
Things tightening up here at the Donald L. Tucker Center. As you mentioned, down to 7. 9-0 run for the Panthers over the last minute and 6 seconds. Massengill, the turnaround jumper goes, and Florida State really needed that.
That was an 11-2 run to start the quarter for Georgia State. A big bucket by Jazz Massengill stops the run for now.
Jean working on O'Brien. Latson on Lyons. Lyons had it deflected. Valencia Myers comes away with it. Latson now back the other way, pushing tempo. Once again, nearly lost the handle, then eventually did so. Got knocked out of play by Georgia State. Will remain with Florida State.
Nice drop off there from Nyla Jean to her teammate Zay Dwyer. Jazz Massengill with the answer for Florida State.
Off the inbounds pass, a good look for Massengill. Couldn't get it to go. Now here comes the Panthers. Dyer on the wing. And now here's Dublin. O'Brien going to be called for the reach on Dublin.
O'Brien thought she got all ball there. You can see the frustration on her face, and head coach Brooke Wyckoff calling her over, giving her a little bit of wisdom. Good piece of coaching there. The first-year head coach Brooke Wyckoff trying to settle her team down. Stepped out of bounds that time, did Lyons. Was trying to get around Valencia Myers in the post and just stepped on in the end line. It's the 19th turnover of the game for Georgia State.
Lead stands at 9 for the Seminoles. They'd love to add on to it. And Valencia Myers is fouled on the way up.
Good look over the top by Erin Howard that time. Georgia State had tried to play just a little bit of zone there. Howard finds her post player teammate Myers. We'll go to the free throw line. Myers on her career just around a 70% free throw shooter. Knocked down some big free throws for Florida State in their win over Kent State the other night. Myers misses the first one there. Knocks down the second one.
The lead is back to double figures for the Seminoles. 6.5 left in the game. Myers got a hand in there once, tried to get it back in there. O'Brien nearly knocked it away from Merrill. 5 to shoot. And it's kicked around down low and out of play.
Really nice defensive possession there on the defensive end for Florida State as they shifted some ball screens and switched those and really made it difficult for the Panthers.
O'Brien up top. Erin Howard long on the 3 attempts. Ball goes to Georgia State.
That one by Howard maybe just a little bit too quick for Florida State. Howard was open and was feeling confident.
The Iowa Lions, one of the leading scorers for Georgia State. We haven't really called her name much here in the second half. Got off to a decent enough start. Tolliver has been the hot hand for most of this game for the Panthers. She has also been a little bit quiet here of late. It's been Nyla Jean who's had the hot hand, number 13 in blue. It's another really nice pass by Tolliver, and Deasia Merrill will head to the free throw line.
Again, that help side defense there. All the attention going over to the ball side, and a nice pass across the lane from Tolliver to get her teammate Merrill to the free throw line. Two fresh post players coming in for Florida State. The sophomores, Timpson and Valenzuela, will replace Myers and Howard, the seniors.
Deasia Merrill, a 4-star prospect out of high school, started her career at Kentucky. Redshirted with a knee injury, transferred to Georgia State in the abbreviated COVID season. Led the team in rebounding and has been a tremendous presence for them down low over the last couple of seasons, has Merrill. Lions called for the foul against the Seminoles.
Lions took the brunt of that blow. She was whistled for the foul and was the one that committed it as she was going hard after the loose ball. Ran into Taylor O'Brien. Lyons has stayed down and going to need some attention. The athletic training staff of the Panthers, they've already lost Christina Bryan early in the season. Let's take another look. Lions up a little bit slowly, trying to shake out some cobwebs there after the collision with O'Brien. Just a third team foul on Georgia State, so no free throws here yet for the Noles. Georgia State, no points in the last 3 minutes of action after that hot start. They have cooled off just a little bit here in this quarter.
Just under 5 left to play. Pagetti lost the handle on the way in, had it knocked away. Now here's Dublin coming back the other way, had it swatted away.
Big block.
Massengill. Now stolen right back by Tolliver. Couldn't lay it in, and now here comes the tempo both ways. Massengill racing up ahead. O'Brien on the dribble drive. Couldn't get the mid-range to go. Gets back her own miss, and now Florida State gets it over to Pagetti, who is strong on the 3-ball attempt, and the ball goes to the Panthers.
Pagetti, now 0 of 8 from beyond the 3-point line, has really struggled today, but has continued to play hard on the defensive end and make some good things happen despite the offensive struggles. KK Timpson stepping in to knock the ball away, come up with a big steal for the Noles.
Here's O'Brien once again on the dribble drive into the paint. Nice move, slashing to the basket to extend the lead for the Seminoles.
19 points now for Taylor O'Brien to tie her teammate Tanaya Latson for the team lead.
Sarah Pagetti called for the foul against Georgia State. There's that huge block for Massengill.
Now, that was a big play from the senior Jazz Massengill. Talked about her ability to pass the ball on the offensive end, but she's been a lockdown defender here on the defensive end in this half as well. She's really limited the opportunities from players like Tolliver and Lyons for the Panthers.
Lead is at 11. And here's Latson working with it back across the stripe for the Seminoles. 3.5 left. Leading by 11, and there's a turnover.
Those quick hands by the Panthers. Massengill with some quick hands of her own to block the shot.
Nice dish out to O'Brien. The 3-ball well long, though.
It's a good look from O'Brien, maybe just a tiny bit rushed. She thinks she had a little bit more time than she realized. Jean with the crossover move.
Massengill got a hand in there, knocked it out of play. It remains with Georgia State. 15 left.
You can see the competitiveness of Jazz Massengill. Loves to get after it on the defensive end right now. She is willing her teammates to get another stop.
6 points, a couple of blocks, a handful of assists, 5 in fact for Massengill. There's a block by KK Timpson, knocked around, and now Timpson herself will bring it back across for Florida State. Nearly lost it. O'Brien gets it, and O'Brien strong once again on the 3 attempt, and it did everything but drop.
Oh.
Jean lost her footing. A foul called against Taylor O'Brien.
That foul on O'Brien gonna be her 4th personal foul. Looked like Jean lost her footing. I didn't see a ton of contact there on that one, but officials must have had a better angle. O'Brien gonna have to be careful here over the last 2 minutes and 29 seconds. So she does not pick up that 5th foul. That would be a big loss for Florida State. Georgia State has hung with the Noles here in the second half. It's just a 2-point game at the half. The Noles extended that lead out by doubling up the Panthers in the third quarter, but it has been all Panthers here in this quarter. They're outscoring Florida State 14-7 this quarter. Noles trying to hang on for win number 3 on the season.
Both teams have not been shooting as well from the floor here of late. Georgia State no field goals in the last 5.5 minutes, scoring a lot of their points here in this quarter from the free throw line. Florida State has also only made one of their last 7 field goal attempts.
Yeah, Florida State just 2 of 9 from the floor in this quarter, 0 of 4 from the free throw line here in the fourth. As you mentioned, Georgia State 6 of 10 from the line. Maybe some tired legs on both sides. Florida State had a couple looks there, decides to pull it back out and work some clock.
Ten left. Massengill working on Jean, kicks it out to O'Brien.
And just nobody there on the weak side for the offensive board. The Panthers trying to come down and score quick.
Dublin couldn't get it to go. Merrill gets back the offensive board and sticks it up.
Georgia State not going away, has cut this lead to 7, the closest it's been since early in the third quarter.
Latson's got it, 15 left on the shot clock for Florida State, looking for a screen. Timpson comes in for it. Now back behind Timpson. Latson can't get it to go. Offensive rebound and putback. Erin Howard with a huge stick back for Florida State late in the fourth.
Howard with 11 points now and a big offensive rebound. Give KK Timpson some credit, as I believe she tipped the ball to keep it alive. The Jean right back down the floor with the tough pull-up jumper over Taylor O'Brien.
Georgia State wants a travel call against Tania Latson. She ends up throwing it away, so it essentially becomes the turnover they were looking for. Just under a minute left to play.
Yeah, big buckets here by the Panthers. That's Deasia Merrill.
Dublin with the right hand lays it in.
It's a 5-point game. Just a 2-possession game here late. Georgia State outscoring Florida State 20-9 here in the fourth quarter. Jenna Dublin off the dribble. Noles not wanting to foul, and Dublin finishes for her 9th points of the game.
And we mentioned those from the floor woes for each of these teams. There's been some tough shots here over the last couple of minutes for Georgia State. They've made all of them, 3 of their last 3 from the floor against the Seminoles. Stepping up big here late. Lead down to 5.
This timeout was taken by head coach Brooke Wyckoff to try to advance the basketball. It turns into a full timeout, so both teams gathered around their respective coaches. Have to believe that Georgia State will probably try to foul here as the Seminoles inbound the basketball. Don't think that they can afford to let a full possession run off the clock. So if you're looking for Florida State, you have to expect that they'd like to get the ball probably in the hands of a player like Jazz Massengill, Tania Latson, the freshman, Taylor O'Brien. As I look back at the stats over her career, Jazz Massengill actually just a 62% free throw shooter on her career. Has not attempted any in a Florida State uniform. Actually, Massengill not even in the game. It is Omaria Gordon that has checked into the game. Massengill getting some attention from the athletic training staff. The end of the bench. This will be Omaria Gordon to inbound the ball.
And so OMG is set to send it in for Florida State, and she'll get it in to Latson.
It appears Georgia State will let this play out.
Can the Panthers get a stop? Can Florida State extend the lead? 15 left. Gordon working on Dyer. Had it knocked away. Here's Dublin coming back the other way. Lost the handle out of play, but a foul called against Omaria Gordon.
Jazz Massengill going to jump back in the game. Big steal there by Janae Dublin. Then a good hustle play by Omaria Gordon to swat the ball away to prevent the layup from Dublin.
Thought there was a foul called in there. That was not what the whistle was for.
No foul, just out of bounds. Georgia State basketball. Shot clock has been turned off.
Tolliver with a high-low pass. Merrill down low. Has made some tough shots here of late. Tried to kick it back out, and Latson's there for a monster steal. Florida State. And O'Brien is tripped up by Dublin here with 7.7 left.
And Coach Brooke Wyckoff is like, whoa, time, score. You don't need a shot. I think both Tanaya Latson and Taylor O'Brien were so in tune to just wanting to go, and score that didn't realize they don't need a shot. Just 7 seconds left. You can just hold the ball and end the game.
There's the foul that I would have thought would have come a couple of seconds ago by Georgia State. Feels like both sides kind of lost that sense of where we were.
Lost the focus there for just 1 second. Massengill going to step to the free throw line. We'll see exactly how good of a free throw shooter she is. That one rims out a little bit flat on the shot from Massengill. Stepped up there with some confidence, but a little short on both.
2.5 seconds left in the game. Jean with the heave. It's off the mark. I'm not sure she got it off the head of the horn anyway, and that is how this one will come to a close. Florida State wins it 75-70 over Georgia State to improve